brothers and sisters, another beautiful morning to be alive. It feels so good to be alive. Take a deep breath in with me. Breathe in through your belly, not your chest. Hold and release. Do it again. Do it with your belly, not your chest. Trust me, I learned this a long time ago. When you do breathing exercises, you want to breathe in through your belly, not your chest. So release. Sisters and brothers, I've been having these really vivid dreams, very vivid dreams, okay? And this morning I woke up thinking, I think an awful lot, right? And this morning I woke up thinking to myself, I'm like, wow. You know, I was born, and I'm an 80's baby. Shout out to my 80's babies, okay? Shout out to my 90's babies and my 80's and 90's babies, okay? I feel like that when we get older, we're going to have a lot of things to talk about. Now, let me express what I have to say, okay? If you don't have time, here's the time. Believe in yourself, my children. But think about this, okay? We were born, okay. Now, we're going into a very artificial world. Now, let me explain. When we were born, like, the cars that they made were made out of, like, they were solid, dude. They made real solid cars back in the day. And everything was, like, manufactured, like, for example, Hot Wheels even, like, were made out of, like, steel, man. Everything was manufactured very articulately, like, by design, like, perfect. Now, what's happening is they're substituting, like, for example, like, things are hollow, literally, because they don't want to, because they're just making things cheap. Let's just say that. They're making things really cheap, okay? So, now, let's go back into the 80's, right? Let's take a step back to the 80's. This is my 80's babies. Like, we've seen some shit, man, in our lives, dude. And, okay, I remember when I was a baby, like, I remember a lot of stuff, but, like, our parents dressed really funny, at least to today's standards, they dressed really funny. And then the 90's came, and then the year and I'm only just doing a brief, like, evolutionary period. So the 90's came, we had, like, our first cell phone around 1999, 2000, we had car phones, right? We had the car phones. What else do we have? And then the year damn right, the year 2000 flipped, and then I remember Y2K, and I was like, damn, I really believe that shit was gonna go down. So I'm like, Mom, you should get some water. And by that day, I'm only like, I was young, man. I was like, you need to get some water, Mom. And I was like, I have a bad feeling. And then, I remember it flipped to 2000, nothing happened, wasn't really a big deal. But I remember they were saying, wear sunscreen. And they were right about the sunscreen part. That's just true, man. Radiation is coming from the sun because the sun's getting closer to us, and we're not getting closer to the sun. Now, let's fast forward it from 2000 to 1 year later, 2001. I was a freshman in high school. And then I remember every second of September 11th. Like, I remember it like it happened yesterday. And I remember it in order and the way it happened, right? Okay? And that day affected every day all the way up till today, okay? So then, let's fast forward it another, let's say, okay, 2012, the Mayan calendar, when really the world actually ended in 2012. And we're living in the aftermath. That's what it is. So then, now let's fast forward it. Now computers are now taking over, right? Who would ever thought that? Okay, think about this. To my 80's babies. We probably never really thought about it too much, okay? But I know our parents thought about it. Who would ever thought that we would be holding phones in our hands that can take pictures just as good as, better than the video cameras, okay? That they had when they were younger. Think about this. When we were babies, better than the video cameras and when we were babies, and they could do it's amazing, man. We don't even need house phones anymore. My point is, we're evolving so quickly. Like, when's it gonna? It's not gonna end. And I always say this: we need to go into singularity. But I just want to recap on that, like the history of the 80's and 90's babies. Man, we have seen it. We have seen some crazy shit, and it's happening all so fast. Brothers and sisters, happening all so fast. So yeah, think about it. By the year 2030, like we already have flying cars. They haven't really put them out yet. We have a lot of crazy things like drones. Ooh, the clouds are beautiful. We have 5G, freaking 5G, dude. Like, I was gonna say, when's it gonna end? The answer is it's not going to end. That's the thing. It's not gonna end anytime soon. That is. So I just want to express that. I want to give a shout out to my 80's babies and my 90's babies and my 70's babies even, but more the 80's babies. And I want to say, oh yeah, if you haven't subscribed to my channel by now, I'd appreciate if you subscribe. Comment below on some awesome things you remember growing up that are now different. Again, it seems like we went from a very, everything just seems to be very artificial. If that makes sense, I know it makes sense. It seems like, I mean, you knock on like the walls, well, I'm not talking about drywall. I'm talking about things that would have been solid back in the day, are now hollow. And cars are made out of freaking plastic, dude. That don't even make sense to me. Anyways, that was just my thoughts this morning, and I wanted to vlog about that. So in the comments below, like, let me know what you remember, like, growing up, and if you can remember any like significant times where history made a change in a matter of moments, like September 11th, and well, you know, a few things that I talked about. Cell phones. I remember when the first cell phone, like real cell phone, came out, where you could take pictures. Yeah. Anyways, brothers and sisters, may peace be with you. Also with you, I want to give my thanks and praises to God. I want to give my thanks and praises to everybody that watched my channel. Thank you so much. I want to give my thanks and praises to the universe. Shout out to my mentor. Pew! Shout out, what's up, mentor? And everything stays lovely. Yeah, but tell me in the comments below for real, like, if you were born in the 80's, I know you know what I'm talking about. And the cartoons have progressively changed. Like, what happened to the cartoons, man? We had the best cartoons growing up. We had some sloppy, crazy cartoons. Peace with you. Also with you.